Businesses are at war over potatoes all over Asia. The war part is primarily concentrated in Japan, but it's not a war that involves comedians and shirtless guys. It's a couch potato type of war. Fast food chains across Japan, Singapore, Indonesia, and Malaysia are facing a shortage of potatoes. And obviously, the main victim of this has been the much beloved French fries. And as with most things in the world right now, this can all be blamed on one particular factor. Not that factor. He's not even the president. COVID! I'm talking about COVID. The outbreak of the Omicron variant has led to the resurgence of problems that already existed during the pandemic. Extra customs checks at ports has meant that transport has become very slow and ships are stuck in many locations. Because of this, some Asian countries which receive potatoes from as far off as Canada have been hit. McDonald's locations in Japan have stopped serving their medium and large size fries. The McDonald's locations in Indonesia and Malaysia have followed suit. For example, in Singapore in February, KFC outlets started swapping out fries from their meals for a version of a hash brown that they are now giving out. Now, where there is a crisis, there is opportunity. Competitors of McDonald's are welcoming the customers who are irked by the lack of larger portions of fries. They are being referred to cheekily on social media as potato refugees. Freshness Burger, a chain of hamburger retail locations in Japan, has started selling portions that are 25% larger than their normal portions. A convenience store chain in Japan, Mini Stop Company, went a step ahead. They started selling something called bucket potato, which had thrice the amount of fries it has in a usual serving. Freshness Burger clarified that the reason they are able to keep up sales of French fries and even increase the sales of French fries is because they source their potatoes from the Hokkaido region of Japan. The Hokkaido region of Japan leads Japan in the produce of many agricultural products, including potatoes. So while giants like McDonald's have kept their cost advantage by sourcing from faraway locations that are cheaper to get from, companies like Freshness Burger have retained an advantage in a time of vulnerable supply by sourcing locally. A short-lived advantage, but a solid advantage. Across the ocean from Japan, in the United States, there was an irritatingly opposite problem. In Montana and Idaho, there were farmers during the start of the pandemic who were dumping hundreds of tons of potatoes. You see, there are farmers who produce potatoes for your dinner table for you to cook, and then there are farmers that produce potatoes for snack manufacturers and for retail locations. So when sweeping lockdowns meant that all restaurants were closed, the people who sold potatoes to the retail side and in wholesale quantities to restaurants started seeing their orders go down. This meant that the farmers in Montana and Idaho had tons of potatoes left which they could not do anything with. Yes, they did have certain ideas at the start to get rid of this pile. Some ideas like giving away the potatoes for free in the nearby locations, having people come and pick the potatoes up for free. And sometimes they even tried to mix it with different materials to create animal feed, which could be used down the road. But even these solutions started to become very expensive, even to dispose of these potatoes. And in a last-ditch effort, what they did was get together some trucks, get together some land moving equipment, and get to work. Get to work doing what exactly? Take the potatoes, go out of town, dig a huge ditch and dump the potatoes. Hundreds of tons. The pandemic created not only a problem of shortage, but also problems of excess. Pre-pandemic, we used to study about and agree about the fact that the world's supply chains today are really smooth and help products get to where they are meant to be. But a real world crisis showed us that there are vulnerabilities in this system too. Yes, while this kind of a system has helped uplift many livelihoods, we also were exposed to the fact that this also has potential vulnerabilities. The extremely scaled up, extremely non-local supply chains that the world is very much dependent on also had some weaknesses. And this fact that a system that has been working seemingly for so well also had certain potentially devastating defects came out of left field. McDonald's Malaysia announced that this shortage of fries was frightening. Why do people use such horrible puns, huh? It's a couch potato type of war. Shut that down.